can't buy. It resides between my eyes. Walked through the fire, came out better on the other side. See, life's like a beach if you find the sand. And right now, I feel like $100,000.
You are listening to Inspired Insider with your host, Dr. Jeremy Wise.
Dr. Jeremy Weiss here, founder of InspiredInsider.com, where I talk with inspirational entrepreneurs like the founders of P90X, Atari, Einstein Bagels, TerraCycle. We talk about TerraCycle a little bit and many more, and how they overcome big challenges in life and business. Our sponsor today is Rise25.com, which I co-founded with my business partner, John Corcoran. Rise25 hosts in-person small group VIP events for top entrepreneurs all over the country, including many events in the e-commerce industry. Rise25 hosted events this past year in Austin, Chicago, Santa Barbara, San Diego, New York, Sonoma, Las Vegas. Probably more I'm missing. If you see yourself, and I know Matt does, the value of immersing yourself with other top entrepreneurs to connect and collaborate to get your business to the next level, inside or outside of your industry, go to rise25.com and contact us and find out where our next event is going to be. I am excited today. This has been like a long time coming, maybe like 3 years coming. I don't know. Today we have the co-founder of Demac Media and co-founder of Pela Case, Matthew Bertulli. Pela Case is the world's first compostable phone case. So, I didn't know this until Matt and I were talking, which there's billions of cases produced every year. That's like equates to maybe 400 million pounds of plastic that will probably end up in the ocean or some dumpster or some landfill. And so it's amazing. You guys are disrupting the phone case industry, so that's really cool. We'll talk about that. And Demac Media is an award-winning e-commerce products and services company. Over a decade, they're based in Toronto, and they're one of the largest Magento Gold partners. I think you talked to them really early on, so I want to hear that story. Yeah. And one of the top, not only in Canada but globally, and a Shopify partner as well. Their 90-person staff provides e-commerce platform technology and managed services, which we'll talk more about, to retailers, manufacturers, wholesale distributors, selling either direct-to-consumer or business-to-business. And the whopping, you guys are moving the needle in the economy. They help their clients process over $500 million per year. So, Matt, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, man. Thank you. And of course, I'm drinking a glass of water while you're actually
totally
going to cue me up, right? That's how it always works.
So what I love that what you talked about is you have like an automation set in place. So, for instance, like if a certain metric gets below a certain amount, you'll get
you'll
get an email. So talk about when, at what threshold do you get email notifications for some of these metrics? What are you measuring?
So the reason I do that is because there are certain metrics that in the e-com and retail world people get obsessive over. So like the big one being conversion rate. I think it's one of DMAG's best lead sources is people like, hey, can you help me improve my conversion rate? I'm like, yeah, sure, but like we're going to have to unpack it because it's not one number. But I think so. What I do there is like if the site falls below, so if Pela falls below 3.8%, so total conversion rate. Right? In a given day, I get a notification. Otherwise, I don't look at it ever, which blows people away. They're like, and the crazy thing is like we do a lot of optimization work, but as a like, what's the site converting at? This big thing that a lot of marketers like to talk about. I never look at it unless it hits a threshold, right? Then I know something broke.
Because it's just an indicator that something broke.
It's a leading indicator, and it shouldn't be used as a lagging indicator. And I think most people use it as a lagging indicator, and they get obsessive over it. We look at daily email acquisitions. So, like, if it falls below a certain number, I have like a little alert system set up. And there's lots of ways to do these. Like we use Grow.com, which is just like it's like a Domo type tool, right? So it's like a BI tool. You can just pump data into it. Yep. So I pump all the data into that. I look at it and I take a quick glance, and if nothing is below, I don't do anything with it. Like that's, and then there are certain things that we look at frequently. There's very few numbers that I would recommend people look at daily, right? In terms of, if you want to be systematic and methodical in your approach to building a company, looking at your numbers daily can probably, it's more likely to drive you insane than it is to help you make better decisions.
Yeah. talk about some of those leading indicators. So, because like you said, a lot of people are using them as lagging, not leading. Yep. So you mentioned conversion, email acquisition. What else do you?
We look at how many reviews we get on a weekly basis. Mm-hmm. So that is for us, we've figured out that's a great leading indicator to how well we're going to do a month from now. Because the more reviews we get, and obviously they got to be good ones, the more reviews we get, the higher chance our word of mouth is. So reviews are a good leading indicator for organic and direct traffic 30 days out. I can't directly tie them together, but I can look at them,
It's a good indicator, yeah.
Using my human brain and look at both sets of numbers, and I can see that, like, the more we get, the more our traffic goes up. So let's just keep pushing reviews, word of mouth.
And that's big across all different channels, arenas. Is there a certain methodology used to encourage reviews?
Yeah, I mean, Yotpo is the tool we use. Honestly, like, the methodology is ask. Yeah. Like, crazy how many people don't ask for reviews and don't have a system for it, or like a process, or like an incentive plan, or anything, and I think that the reviews industry and what people talk about when it comes to like product reviews or brand reviews is lift on site, so conversion. Just bang on. It absolutely affects conversion. Not going to deny that. But the thing that we've discovered and that we really focus on is more reviews is equal to more traffic 30 days out. And that is unequivocal. Like, it works, and it works well. So we push hard there. And then the other one we track, which is more like very manual and human intensive, is how many user generated photos do we get on Instagram?
Wow.
And that's a great leading indicator for how we're doing with delivery. So like the faster the product gets out there and the community, like, are we building community, and are people raving about us and talking about us, and are they pushing the movement forward? And that's a good indicator that it's moving forward. It's crazy. None of this shit is sales, right? Or like sales is a lagging indicator. So like it doesn't inform me about what's going to happen in the future. Just
that's what people are looking at, though.
They're obsessing over it. And
what's the biggest mistake people are looking at as far as their metrics?
Conversion, man. Like, people obsess over site-wide conversion rate instead of like unpacking it into repeat visitors, new visitors by channel. And I think the biggest mistake everybody makes right now is obsessing over attribution. So like, where am I spending money and where am I getting it? Like, if I run Facebook ads, are they profitable or are they not? Every channel is claiming the wrong amount of revenue. And attribution models are incredibly complex. Like, Avinash Kaushik from Google has written extensively on attribution in digital and how it's next to impossible. And like, I looked at that as just a strong signal that I shouldn't even try. Like, if he's like the head brain of analytics at Google, and he doesn't like it, so what am I going to do? So I sort of we look at our total marketing spend as a percentage of revenue, and if it's going up and it stays within a certain ratio, I don't really fret over which channel is taking claim, and then if I have to, I will, like, if I really want to test to see the impact of like, YouTube ads, I'll just shut them off for a day or two and watch what happens.
Right.
Like, and but that only gives you like a little time window too. So I think the biggest mistake is definitely obsessing over attribution. That is that's a mess.
Yeah. Matt, first of all, thank you. This is, if people haven't been taking notes fast enough like me, I don't know if you can see this. This is like, then this has been truly amazing. I have two last questions, but I want people to check out, they should check out, if we haven't talked about it, pelacase.com, PELACASE case.com, to check out the fully compostable cell phone cases in iPhone, Android, and check out their mission. You guys are doing amazing stuff with that. And you can check out demacmedia.com if you do have an e-commerce brand and you need to get to the next level with what the services they have. Check them out. Obviously, if you've listened to any of this Matt knows what he's doing, and the team knows what they're doing. It's demacmedia.com. And so, Matt, I always like to ask, since it's Inspired Insider, what has been the lowest moment that you had to push through? And on the flip side, what's been a proud milestone that you were able to hit? Because that's why I loved you talking about the tooling and that stuff, because people see, oh, you make whatever it is. People make $1 million or whatever amount they make, 10 million or 20, and they don't realize they had to actually build out the supply chain. You had to get them at source of materials. The guy probably spent like 5-6 years trying to develop the product. Yep. And then they have to pay $10,000 per the tooling, ship it over from China, put it into, there's all these pieces that get put into actually, then you get a product, and then you can actually, then you have to educate and talk about the mission, and then someone buys the product. All this stuff happens. It's like the iceberg, right? There's this little tip you see above, and then there's huge mammoth iceberg underneath that actually you only see the tip, though. So thanks for sharing all those steps and those details.
Yeah, yeah. I think so. Just to answer, there hasn't been a whole lot of like what I would call truly low moments, right? There's so many bumps in the road, though. Yeah. That I think for me, that's the frustrating part. Is like every day you're going to take at least one punch. Right. They tend to. I think that I just don't. Analogy. I just
picture you like a black eye every day.
That's it. Man. You're just gonna take a punch, and it's like the things that I don't like losing people, like when they leave, whether it's for good reasons or bad. I hate it when people leave. I feel like I've let them down. But that I also know that that's just part of life.
Maybe talk about that for a second, because that is a theme in what you do, which is people, right? Building a team and people. And you've had, I know, when I did my research, there's people who, like some of the first 10 or 12 people in Demac are still with the company, years later, a decade later, or whatever it is. So talk about maybe a low moment there, but like a retention. How do what things do you do to build a culture and so people want to actually stay and be there?
Yeah, I talked a lot about that. So on Jason Gainer's podcast in the first season, I talked with Tony Guerreri from about culture, right?
I listened to it. It's a good one. Yeah.
It's culture's a hard thing to define, and it's a hard thing to build, and it definitely starts top down, and it starts with like core cultural pillar people, and over the years we've had like original folks stick around for a long time, and then we've had them leave too. And I mean, like, Jesus, if I can get more than 5 years out of any one person, I would consider that a success. And I say that just simply as like people want to learn more and do more and spread out and try different things, and especially engineers, right? That constantly want new challenges. Like if they're good, they're sharpening the axe all the time. So I think we've done a good job of making it interesting and keeping it interesting at different points throughout Demac's life cycle. And then,
what's something you learned, I guess? Like, so let's say someone left, like a low moment, they left and you learned, we need to incorporate this now into.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, we've had people leave because we weren't providing enough training and support, right? Like, and then so that was years ago. And then we sort of created an education budget that people could grab and use ad hoc. Like there's like $60,000 a year that we allocate to that, so people can grab up to $2,000 at a time, first come, first serve, to go and spend it on a course or a class or something. It doesn't even have to be related to what we do. Just like use it to get better. It's like continuous learning and development is something that like I believe in. We want to encourage that, and you think like those lessons from Demac. So Demac was a team built around like having fun and building cool shit, right? That was the original thing. Like I started the company because I wanted to have fun and build cool shit. That was it. Like that's the engineer in me. It's what I like to do. Pela is built around a very different culture. Pela is we are committed to a waste-free future. So when you think of the people we're recruiting now, that's the core thing that we're galvanizing around. It's everyday products without everyday waste. So I think it's going to create a very different culture, which ultimately is why we separated the two. Like it's a big reason why we separated the two companies is culturally they're going to be different. Pela's going to look like Patagonia, man. People are going to bleed this company because they believe in the mission.
Yeah.
Right. Same roles. Like, I bet you that the team structure and the roles don't look all that dissimilar, but they're there for a different reason. And I think, like, leaders need to recognize why your people are where they are. And that's why I'm okay with people leaving, because, like, life changes too, right? Like, we've had like really great people, even recently, really great people leave because they're just moving for their family. Like, they're going to, like, buy a house far away, and it's for personal reasons. I don't like that they're leaving, but fuck, man, you can't knock that. That's good. You know, good for you for taking care of you.
Yeah. What about on the flip side? Proud moment, milestone.
Oh, I got a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I first met Jeremy, the founder for Pela, you know, his dream at the time was, he still had a job. He's like, I'd love to just be employed by Pela. Right? I'm like, I will do that. Like, I will make sure this company gets big enough that you can do that. And he started full time in January, left his job, right? First time in 7 years of him hacking on that product.
Really?
He's like, this is fucking awesome. Because we built a business that can support him and his family. And, like, that's I
huge.
always love hearing that. Yeah.
That's huge. I thought you were going to say working with your wife, but I won't tell you didn't say that.
No,
I'm just kidding. What have you learned from working with your spouse? Because you guys started Demac.
Yeah, we worked together for 6 years, and then retired her, is what we call it. We retired her. The business was getting bigger, and she didn't sign up for that. But we always talked about it. She's like, I don't want it to get any bigger than a certain size, and we also wanted to start having kids. So, like, that was right around the time that we got pregnant with Olive, who's our daughter, and it was just perfect timing. So transitioned her out. We actually worked really well together because, we didn't work together. That's why we worked well together. She was very creative, and I was, sales and engineering, and nice clean lines right between the two roles. So we didn't cross paths a whole lot, which I think our marriage was good.
It's a good healthy thing.
Yes.
Matt, thank you. This has been fantastic. Everyone should check out pelacase.com, demacmedia.com, and I just wanted to be the first one to say I really appreciate it. So
yeah. Oh, and I've actually got it. If they actually want to reach out to me, it's mattbertulli.com.
Okay, mattbertulli.com.
Yeah. There's like LinkedIn, Twitter, Medium.
Where can they find? Obviously, they can find the cases on your website. They can find them on Amazon too.
Yeah. We just started on Amazon. So.
Oh, really? Okay. Your book. Anything, anywhere. Where
on
can
Amazon.
They find that? On Amazon? Is it on Audible?
No.
Damn.
I never did that. I should have.
You still can. I would listen.
I still can. I know. I should. I really should.
Million things that you
I
have 20 product launches today.
Yeah.
So,
I've got some other things I got to do right now.
But thank you, everyone. Check it out, and see you on the flip side.
Yeah, man. Cheers, bud.
What I got, you can't buy. It resides between my eyes. Walked through the fire, came out better on the other side. See, life's like a beach if you find the sand. And right now, I feel like 100 grand.